Ahoy, ahoy! This is Neil with a pro tip from the Lease Pros. Recently, a tenant with a 5-year lease contacted the Lease Pros for help regarding a roof repair dispute he was having with his landlord. After coaching the tenant regarding the relevant lease provisions and how to best approach the landlord, I asked the tenant, "How are your lease renewal negotiations going?" "What negotiations?" was his reply. This business owner, who had a real estate portfolio that included 9 other commercial leases, was completely unaware that the lease we had been discussing was going to expire in little more than 2 months. Once made aware, the tenant immediately realized the disadvantage that he now faced in having to negotiate a new lease so close to the expiration date. That is because when a tenant waits until the time remaining on the lease is 6 months or less before beginning negotiations to renew, the landlord knows that it is very unlikely that the tenant will relocate. This substantially reduces the tenant's leverage to negotiate for improvements to the premises, for better lease terms, or to avoid an unreasonable rent increase. To make matters worse for the tenant I was working with, the lease also contained a holdover provision that increased the base rent by 50% for each month that the tenant occupied the premises without having signed a new lease, which in this case would cost the tenant an additional $900 per month. Ouch! Notably, the uphill negotiation battle that the tenant was about to face could have been avoided if, after signing the lease 5 years earlier, the tenant had taken steps to set suitable reminders regarding the lease expiration date. So, when it comes to lease expiration in your commercial lease, remember these 2 points. First, deadlines are not guidelines. Second, to avoid giving your landlord the upper hand in lease renewal negotiations, start planning for the future of your business at least 9 months before your lease expires. Remember, you can be surprised or you can be prepared. The choice is up to you. Are you looking for expert lease advice or assistance with lease administration? Help is just a screen tap away. Schedule your no-cost Lease Pros consultation today. And if you'd like to meet me in person, you can catch me at the Gadget Repair Expo on April 18th and 19th, 2024 in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand Hotel, where I will be speaking on the topic of how to avoid pitfalls in a commercial lease.